Hello, my name is Lindsay Alston, and this is my persuasive speech on genetically modified foods. Do you care what's inside the foods that you eat? Did you know that companies hold patents to the foods that we eat? What if I told you that farmers could be sued in court if they did nothing to rid their fields of patented genetically modified seeds that take root on their property through the natural act of pollination or blown onto their property by the wind? Would this be of any interest to you? Then give me your undivided attention, and as an avid follower of GMO news, I have a good grasp on the issues with genetically modified foods. Today I'm here to convince you that companies should not be allowed to tinker with the foods that we eat. Also, I'm here to convince you that genetically modified foods have a negative effect on our health as well as society. So let's begin by restating what GMOs are. According to non-GMOproject.org, this relatively new science creates unstable combinations of plant, animal, bacterial, and viral genes that do not occur in nature or through traditional crossbreeding methods. According to ResponsibleTechnology.org, GMOs are created by chemical companies through the process of taking genes from one plant or animal species and forcing it into the DNA of another plant or animal species, altering its DNA. One such company, and probably the leader in this field, is Monsanto. According to their website, Monsanto.com, Monsanto engineered its crop seeds like corn to include the herbicide Roundup so that the seeds are resistant to herbicide when sprayed to kill bugs and weeds. Here is a visual aid of a crop being sprayed. Notice the protective suit. This was the same company that created the herbicide Agent Orange, sprayed by the U.S. military in the millions of gallons during the Vietnam War to destroy forests and underbrush. Several decades later, concerns about the health effects from the chemical Agent Orange continued. According to the Veteran Administration's website, publichealth.va.gov, the VA has recognized certain cancers and other health problems as presumptive diseases associated with the exposure to Agent Orange and other herbicides during the Vietnam War. Here is a visual aid of those affected, of Vietnamese children affected by the chemical Agent Orange. This is an actual picture. Chemically enhanced seeds are patented and cannot be used by any person or company without the consent from the company that owns the patent on the technology. So let's take a look at the true story of the Canadian farmer who learned this the hard way and was sued due to an act of Mother Nature. Here's a visual aid of that Canadian farmer that was sued, and we're going to tell his story now. Percy Smyser's crop was contaminated by genetically modified seeds, either blown onto his property or through pollination. The farmer realized that his seeds were contaminated by the genetically modified seed when the herbicide he used didn't kill the weeds growing on his property. The Canadian farmer didn't take any action to rid his farm of these genetically modified seeds, as the purging process would take 3 years to complete. Thus, he would have to have taken his crop out during this time as a result. This would have been a costly endeavor to do so. So he did what he did every year. He saved the seeds for planting for next year's crop. However, this was a huge mistake. The farmer was sued and lost because the seed strain contained Roundup herbicide, which was resistant to the chemical when sprayed and was patented technology owned by Monsanto. The Percy Smyser verdict may have set a dangerous legal precedent for farmers in pro-GMO countries like Canada and the United States, which have an adverse effect on those societies in those countries, as well as societies around the globe. The legal fees alone from such a case can bankrupt a farming operation slowly, giving control of the seeds to companies like Monsanto through the patenting of its technology. The case of Monsanto versus Percy Miller can be found on the Canadian Supreme Court's website, which is scc-csc.lexam.com. Okay, We've talked about one of the leading companies that create genetically modified foods. We have talked about how others are affected by genetic modifications. Now, let's talk about how you are affected by GMOs. Odds are you or someone that you know have digestive issues such as Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, or general stomach issues. Recent research done by the Institute of Science and Society has shown that a soil bacterium called Bacillus thuringiensis produces a toxin called Bt toxin. This Bt toxin has been shown to break open the stomachs of insects and kill them. Also has been known to kill human kidney cells. The number of Americans suffering from inflammatory bowel disease has gone from 210 people per 100,000 between 1979 and 2001 to 225 people per 100,000 as recent as 2002. The cases continue to go up each and every year. It doesn't seem coincidental that the number of digestive issues have rapidly increased when our GMO foods, or when foods containing GMOs include a pesticide that is designed to rupture the stomach of insects. Here's a visual aid of the United States. The 3 states in green, which are Maine, Vermont, and Connecticut, are the 3 states that have passed GMO labeling. The states in the white have not yet taken a stance on the issue, and the states in blue are either reviewing or currently have reviewed GMO labeling laws. Now, the facts have been laid out in the front of you. Genetically modified organisms affect the health and well-being of society. The choice is yours. Will you continue to poison your body, or will you make the food conscientious decision that can save you or your family's health?